I'm 61 years old and originally from New York. I went to high school on Long Island and was pretty much involved in every sport there was. I participated in anything that would, just any activity I could. From there, my father offered me a brand new car if I got a college scholarship. So 64 scholarship offers later, I had a brand new car and went to Wake Forest University. Well, I thought I could be a professional football player. I knew several and was convinced I could compete.
David went on to attend Wake Forest in 1972. There, David played as linebacker from 1972 to 73 before eventually signing with the New York Jets. Instead of pursuing football, David decided to embark on a sales career in fitness centers. No one could have ever imagined that David would find himself helpless and homeless.
I think in retrospect, I look back and, of course, during football in college and semi-pro, the self-medication after the games didn't help. Taking handfuls of painkillers and muscle relaxers and washing that down with a quart of scotch. It seemed like every time I turned around, I was being arrested for really petty, minor things, but it prevented me from making a plan or proceeding in a plan to get off the street. The first time I was arrested, I lost my car and I lost all my possessions and became homeless. And then I was let out, really had nowhere to go, ended up back in jail. And this happened 6 or 7 times.
What was happening to David was a result of a much larger battle.
What inspired me to get involved a little more than what I was before is it was 2 occasions at the jail when inmates were released, and I saw them in the lobby, and I went, they had their head between, down at their knees, and they looked like they were crying in despair. And I asked them, I said, can I help you? And they said, I have nowhere to go. I've been in jail for 6 months. I have no resources, nowhere to go. I don't know what I'm going to do.
There were people literally coming out of the Gwinnett County Jail without any place to go. So they were being released and they were walking down 316 and heading towards QT. So they were not set up for success for themselves. It wasn't set up for success for our community because they could potentially have a good chance of reoffending. They certainly weren't being a taxpayer. So we were trying to catch the people after they had been possibly dried out or had regulated their medication and got them at that point and try to get them on the path towards success.
Before long, community leaders, along with United Way and the Gwinnett County Detention Center, made the decision to initiate an exemplary aid program entitled GRIP.
I think the biggest impact GRIP has had has really been bringing folks together who had not worked together in the past. I mean, it was really about this common idea that if we can get in the jail, spend time with the inmates, those who really want to be on the right path, connect them to the right resources, have a plan, a pre-release, that we could do something really special to help them get back on their feet and become productive citizens in our community who give.
I decided that, it was definitely time for a change, and I had already begun the change in myself. When I got there, I searched out the GRIP program. I searched out what can I do, because what can I do, or what kind of program is available that will give me a base of operations, give me a place to be in shelter and to accumulate clothes again and not have to wear the same clothes till they rot off me and then go get another set.
It was here, during the GRIP program, that David met with GRIP case manager Bridget Jones.
My initial reaction when I heard David's story was that he had potential and that he was someone that I felt that was committed to the program. One of the bigger obstacles is that he did not have identification, he did not have a birth certificate, and I believe he did not have a Social Security card. So those are things that we immediately want to assist them in getting, because it's going to be instrumental in them moving forward, whether it be job placement, housing, etc.
Gwinnett Chief Magistrate Christina Bloom was one of the primary supporters and crusaders of GRIP program.
I think statistics show in certain levels of crime and certain socioeconomic status, people who end up in the system have a percentage chance of being rearrested if they have issues with poverty, if they have issues with mental health, if they have issues with even simple things like transportation, when there's that kind of hopelessness about it. So what GRIP looks to do is partner that person with the specific sort of assistance they need, whether it's just a ride home or whether it's housing assistance, employment assistance, learning how to do a resume, to get people out of the cycle of constantly being brought into the jail as a hopeless sort of last resort.
Along with providing skill training, GRIP also offers further resources, as Viewpoint Executive Director Jennifer Hibbert explains.
The statistics show that in Georgia, approximately 20% of the inmate population suffer with mental illness. So Viewpoint provides services such as therapy, skills training, psychiatric treatment, and we also provide supported employment services. And these services really support the individual in obtaining employment and seeking jobs, and that has been very rewarding to see that individuals can be a productive member of society and contribute, and that job can help them become more self-sufficient, keep their own apartment, keep their own place, and stay out of jail.
What I've seen working with GRIP clients is getting them to believe in themselves. A lot of times they have not experienced much success in their life, and just letting them know that they can do it. I'm here to facilitate the process. So there's always that element of failure that is hanging over their head. So it's just trying to give them that boost of confidence that they can do it.
I choose to believe that there aren't a lot of bad people, that there are people who have bad circumstances and that make bad choices. So if we can put some interventional programs in place, and as a court, just make sure that people have an understanding of how the court process works and an understanding of what resources are available, a program like GRIP that brings it all together and that gives people the opportunity to look for the correct assistance they need, I think that can only benefit us all.
The GRIP program has made my job much easier because it's reduced recidivism of inmates returning back to jail. And we can see that in our inmate population to a certain degree. Plus, it makes you feel good that the inmates have accomplished something and changed their lives. Something has changed their lives, and they're becoming productive citizens back in the community.
You know, statistically, it's always impressive and amazing on like what we're doing for kind of the greater society and greater community. But really what is most amazing is when you sit and listen to someone who's actually gone through the program and had their life where it was in shambles. They've lost family, they've lost jobs, and they are now reunited with their family. They're now working hard, they're productive, and just hearing that that voice on changing somebody's life has been quite amazing.
With the assistance of GRIP and its partners, David was able to turn his life in a positive direction.
Just to appreciate the program, appreciate everything that they offer. And I've seen through examples of others how it's not going to work unless you in your heart want it to work.